Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the LCG Production Podcast. I'd like to welcome Untold Poet. Thanks so much for coming on, mate.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
So just to get started, how did you get into music and how has it led up to where you are now?
I started music a long time ago. I was listening to, the Gorillas, and they've got that song Clint Eastwood,
Yeah,
released a long time ago. But I remember this is probably when I was about 12 years old, and I listened to the rap verse in that, and I was listening to Tupac, Biggie Smalls, and all that sort of stuff at the same time. And then I really liked the rhyming schemes in the music. So then I just started writing my own, like, when I was like 12, this is, so like you're talking like nursery rhyme
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But then, yeah, it just builds up from there. Got started up a band with me and my friend. He was a vocalist and guitar player. Got a drummer, got a piano player. We were called New Subjects. So it was like a sort of acoustic rap sort of band. This is when like Plan B and all that were coming up and Rizzle Kicks. So it was like it slotted right into like the industry at the time. Yeah, we did some good stuff. So we've supported Labyrinth, we supported the 1975, played a few festivals, and then yeah, after a while, we just sort of went our own separate ways. I stopped doing music for about 5 years, I think. Stopped doing music, stopped writing and everything. And then I don't know what it was. It just something just clicked in my head, and I was like, right, let's go at it again. Let's just try one more big push as a solo artist and see what happens. So I've been doing that for a year and a half now,
yeah,
just as a solo artist. Untold Poet, yeah, that's when he was born a few years ago.
yeah. So can I just ask, why is it called Untold Poet?
So Untold, the name, so Untold is that bit of, so it's in two separate parts. So Untold was everyone's got an untold story. So I've always got an untold story until I like put it into my music and let everyone hear it. We're always experiencing new things. So yeah, that's why it's always untold. Poet, I do classify myself as a rapper, but I've sort of bridged into like spoken word rap sort of. So that's why I put the poet in there, because I thought it was quite important. And yeah, rap is poetry as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
100%. And I mean, it's interesting because I speak to a lot of people actually who do stop music and then it just it sits in the back of your mind and you just oh, I have to it's actually
I know,
really.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's in you, isn't it, to do it? If you do music and you have a passion for it, it's in you to just keep going. Um, I don't know, you do want to be heard by as many people as possible, but not in the sense of like, well, for me, it's not in the sense of like fame or anything. I just want people to enjoy my music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And you start and then you also sort of realize how hard it's going to be, but it's even way harder quitting. So it's just a difficult journey, but
Yeah,
not
yeah,
to
yeah,
say
yeah,
it's not the best thing ever.
yeah, yeah, definitely. It is very hard, the music industry. You
Yeah,
have to be very resilient if you're going to start trying to really pursue it as a career. I mean, if you're my advice is, if you're in it for the money, you I don't know. I wouldn't. I do it because I like doing it. It's like a passion of mine. For it to be a career would be like amazing, but I understand that that's like, it's so hard. There's so many people doing exactly the same thing as what you're doing, working just as hard as you, putting out just as much content, and yeah, it's very hard. You just got to be very resilient and just keep going. That would be my advice to anyone.
yeah. So someone just getting started now, and they have this dream to make music their career. Where do you start? Do you just start putting out music and hoping? How do you monetize it?
I would, if it was me just starting out from scratch. I mean, I started a very long time ago, so I've forgotten what I actually started doing. But this time round, I guess I already had a few contacts and stuff, because from like when I was younger. But if you're just starting out now, you just got to start building up a sort of build up loads of content before you start doing anything. So you've got like a backlog of stuff to keep releasing. I mean, I think the people like don't get in, they look at something for like 3 seconds and then they swipe to the next thing. So you've got to keep putting content out there so you stay in their mind. Um, like for rappers, are we talking about rappers or just any artist?
Rappers.
Yeah, so for rappers, you want to start looking at beat. Well, this is how I do it. I started looking at beats, so beatstars.com, just start browsing, find beats that you liked to write to, um, then write to them. But I don't know, it's so hard to even give anyone advice because I don't know, like you can just release music and stuff, but I feel like you need to build up a big campaign before you start doing any of that.
Yeah.
So with my first couple of releases, I didn't build up a campaign as much. I sort of just released a couple songs. So Start to Speak was my first song I released, um, which did quite. It didn't get like a lot of streams or anything because it was like the first thing I'd put out. Then Pieces I released. I put a bit of money behind that for like campaign. That's another thing. You've got to put money into yourself. It's not like you can't just release music and hope everyone's going to hear it. You need to have a bit of money behind you. That's why I'm saying if you're going to do it as a career, you need to invest a lot of money in yourself before you start seeing a return. So, but yeah, just start writing. The main thing actually would be to build up connections with people like me and you have done. It's all about networking. So you support people because you want to support them, and then they support you back, and it's all about that. It's all about networking, I believe.
Yeah. And how do you go about networking? Actually, I don't know. I spoke to Zoka, the author, about this yesterday. Who's another rapper, and like we were talking about how if you just come across that you want to get something out of someone, you're probably not gonna build a relationship
Yeah,
because
you
that's just
probably
not the way
won't. Yeah,
people are. So, like, how do you go about trying to meet new people?
I I am very genuine. I wouldn't just contact someone because I want something from them. I would literally, if they're helping other people, if you can see their content and they're helping other people, and or you like their material and everything. So a lot of rappers, I'd message and just be like, oh yeah, I really like your stuff. Stay in touch if you ever wanted to collaborate. Just let me know. Like I'm here working. A lot of the time you don't get a response or anything, but you're still supporting that person because you like what they're doing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's how I go about it. I just try and contact people that I generally have an interest in. I wouldn't just, like someone that's got like 50,000 followers. I wouldn't just be like, oh, he's got 50,000 followers. I've got to know this person,
Yeah.
even if I didn't like their stuff. I've got to like what they're doing.
Mhm.
So yeah, just be genuine with it.
Yeah, 100%. And something else that's happening. So your new single "Don't Understand" is coming out. Is it this Friday?
It's no 12th February, so it's like
Well,
3 weeks away.
oh, 3 weeks. Okay.
Hmm.
And so what sort of things are you planning for that? Obviously, because it's
Yeah, so
interesting.
this is the first time I've really stepped up and done a campaign. So always, if you're about to release music on Spotify and stuff, you want to do it at least 4 weeks before it comes out. That way, you can pitch it to Spotify, so you could potentially get on one of their playlists. 4 weeks is like what they advise you to do, and you can do that on your Spotify artist profile. Once it's cut, you go on music coming up like on your own profile, and then you can pitch it to Spotify. I think that's the main thing to try and get your music heard is you want to get on these playlists on Spotify because they're big playlists. And then your music will get heard, and then hopefully you get more followers and so on, so on. So yeah, do it 4 weeks before. I've actually got in contact with a PR company who is doing a lot of stuff, but that, like I said, it costs money. You need to invest in yourself to really put your stuff out there. And just like, I don't know, putting content on Instagram really helps. Just like a picture, little clips of how you come up with the song, little clips of the song before it's coming out, which is like what I'm doing at the moment. You just need to keep people like interested, and doing it 4 weeks before as well. You've got so much time to build up that excitement if people are waiting for your music. Because at the end of the day, upcoming artists, even like myself, no one's really, you'd have a couple of people, but not a lot of people are just like waiting for your music. Like they're waiting for like the big ice music, like
Yeah.
Drake and all of those. So like you've just got to, yeah, just keep, don't release it and expect everyone's. That's another thing as well. Don't get annoyed because it's not getting the reaction that you wanted. It's nothing personal. It's just that you need to build up to that stage. So like every release, you should be seeing your streams going up with every release, which is, yeah, that's so.
Yeah. It's interesting you said you invested in a company. So what are they doing for you, and like why did you make that decision?
So I made a decision just because it's a marketing. The site, like, it's, you can make music and stuff, but marketing's like marketing's probably 80% of it, and the music is 20%. Like, takes so much time and effort in marketing, and to write. So what I started doing is you get a nice little email together with like a press release and stuff, and literally just go through Instagram, just type in music blogs, look at the hashtags, or a lot of them start coming up. They've always got an email to send to. So yeah, I've probably emailed about 100 blogs for this one so far, like myself, not the PR people. But yeah, I've only got 2 responses so far, and it's just
Yeah.
like it's so much time and effort for the little reward you get. So with a PR company, like they are doing all of that for you. Plus, they've got their own contacts as well, so they sort of have got their hand in the pocket, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing you can do as well is BBC introducing. Always upload, sign up to that, and you just upload your music to the BBC uploader, and then they start playing your music if they like it. So I uploaded my acoustic version of "Have You Heard It," which was my 3rd release, and then that got track of the week, which then got me to BBC Essex introducing Sound of 2021. So 20 artists got picked. Then I was one of them, just because I've been uploading my music to the BBC uploader. So
So that's really important. So how do you go about that? So you go onto the BBC website and you basically just submit it through.
yeah, go to the BBC website. You make an account. It's free. You just make an account with your artist name. Make sure it's up to date. Like, you know, it's exactly like an Instagram profile. You literally put a profile picture up, a little bio, and then yeah, just every time you're releasing music, just upload it. It tells you when they've listened to it. Sometimes it won't get picked, sometimes it will do, but it'll go to like your area. So if you were in like the Midlands, it would go to BBC and BBC introducing Midlands. If they like it and play it, it then will get sent to like Radio One and stuff like that. And if they like it, then they play it, and that's how you start
Yeah.
getting on.
Things like that are so important because like it's free as well. Like
Yeah, no,
it's a
exactly. It's a free thing to do. So, and that's
mhm.
what I mean. Yeah, not a lot of people do actually know about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely do that.
And have you gone into ads at all?
I do Facebook ads and Instagram ads. They're good to get more audience, but whether or not the audience reacts and stuff with it it's not is another case. Like,
Mhm.
I go on to like my view insights, and it will say like 1,000 impressions, and then actions, only like 10 actions have been
Yeah.
done on that thing. So, but it is good. I I would do it. I still do it now. I just think it's good to get your sort of name out there.
Mhm.
So
What?
you're building up a brand as a such. You're not
Yeah.
you got to look at yourself as a brand, not just as music. Like, people invest into your personality and who you are and
Yeah.
what you're doing, and yeah.
Oh, what type of ads were you doing? Like just on Instagram, Facebook as well.
So I think the best way to do, well, I was the research I've done on it. Facebook, you do it on Facebook because it's cheaper apparently, and you get it onto Instagram as well, through Facebook ads. Um, there's so many ways to do it, but I always put it in England because I don't, although America and that might like my music, I just want to try and build up my fan base in the UK, just because obviously I live here. Someone in the US isn't going to come over and watch my shows or do any of that. Um, So yeah, and then I do England, probably age range you pick. I do like 17 to like 45. And then you can put like what they're interested in. So it'll be like poetry, rapping, music. So then you are directing your to an audience that are gonna like your stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, like you don't want to put in like rock music when you're writing jazz. Like
yeah.
rock people that like rock music ain't gonna like that. But yeah.
Mhm. And like the thing there is, so it's just getting you out and building up your brand. But then, like once they see you, what are you doing to then build your brand? Like, how are you trying to come across? So you like a lot of videos are you taking, or like obviously it's very important to come across as yourself. But so like, what sort of steps would you take?
Um, so yeah, what would you mean when you've got that? When you've got an audience, how do you hold
Hmm.
on to them? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I just that your real fans will stick around if they like what you're doing. I mean, like I said, it's not all about the music. You can put out really good music, but you've got to sort of be. I mean, I'm quite a laid back, like I like to think of myself as like a laid back, positive person. So I try and always look at the positives of things, and that's what I try and do in my music. It's what I try and do in my posts. I try and like I'm here to support people as well, and I hope when people look at my posts and stuff, that's what they see. They say, "Oh, someone that would support and is always positive thinking." So that's sort of the direction I'm going. I just want people to like know that it is hard in this music industry, and there's always someone like to talk to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
would you say you're building this brand through Instagram mainly? Is that your sort of main hub?
Instagram is the main one, yeah. I think it's important to focus on one platform at a time.
Hmm.
Um, whether that even be like I'll focus on Instagram for 2 weeks, then I'll focus on Facebook for 2 weeks. I don't think you can do them all at the same time.
Yeah,
It just gets way too much. There's so many social media profiles out there. You've got like Twitter, Instagram. There's like TikTok. I don't even know what Twitch is. What's Twitch? I've heard.
like live. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's so many like, and there's new ones just coming out constantly.
Mhm.
Yeah, you definitely got to pick your social media profiles at one time at a time. That's what I
Yeah.
did.
What are some important things that you've seen with Instagram that like sort of an artist just getting started on it would probably get wrong?
Instagram's quite bad, I think, because it keeps changing its algorithms. I mean, it's just changed it recently. It used to like basically what happens with Instagram. Well, what I've researched is it pushes your content. So, say I posted an image, I've got say I had 1,000 followers just to make it easier. Um, it would go out to 100 people, like pushes out to 10% of your audience. If that 10% of your audience don't interact with it, Instagram would be like, that's not a good post. We're not going to show it to any more of his audience because it's obviously not that good. That's why it's very important to have active people on Instagram. Um, I mean, you know all this as well, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So, but then obviously, if that 100 people, if all of them like it, Instagram's going to go, wow, this is a great post. Let's put it out to more of the audience. Let's make these hashtags start working, blah, 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 blah. And that's why you get so many like I call them dead followers, which don't interact with any of your stuff, but they're just following you. And that is really bad for upcoming artists. So a good way to do it is you've got to stop looking, like everyone likes more followers, don't they? I
hmm
don't know why. I like it as well. It's just weird. I don't know why.
yeah,
But you've got my advice would be to go through and delete followers that are not like interacting with you. Because you can tell which pages don't. You've got pages which like artwork, and they're not following you because they like your stuff. They're just following you because um they want like your business and stuff. So yeah, go through your followers and just delete probably, I don't know, 10 a week that aren't interacting. And you'll probably start seeing a lot more interaction on your posts.
yeah. Like it's so important. So it's much better to have 500 followers who all completely engage with your stuff and do everything you say, than to have 5,000 followers who engage with nothing, because
Yes.
it's all just like insecurities. Like it is just a number and it doesn't mean anything. And if
Yeah.
Instagram died tomorrow, that number means nothing.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
important thing is if Instagram dies tomorrow and you have 500 like
True
fans, not
fans. Yeah.
because yeah, true fans. There's a difference. Like we need to see Instagram as a way to build fans, not to build followers.
Mm.
So converting into something that goes beyond Instagram rather than just a number.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, but like in my experience, like a post either needs to provide like some sort of value to them for it to do well on Instagram and to reach the audience. But like what sort of posts have you seen that work well on your page?
Uh, Ones that work well on my page are actually just like a genuine post where I'm not asking for anything. I'm not asking them to do like anything, like subscribe or whatever. Like I think the best one of my best posts is me literally in my kitchen smiling at the camera, like, and that was just like a picture my missus took of me, like
Yeah, yeah,
as I was walking out the door. Because I think when people are scrolling, they just like to see real. Like it's they pose ones are good. Obviously, they look great for like an aesthetic pleasing content.
yeah,
But yeah, I think people just like realness. I think.
yeah. And do you ever try and give like an insight to like your creative process? Like, I don't know, pictures of you making music or like telling people how to make music and stuff.
I haven't. I haven't. You know.
Yeah,
I probably will start trying to do that because, like, it's like what you're doing. It is important for these up and coming artists to know how to get started and stuff. Because at the end of the day, it is actually quite easy to get started. It's keep going. That's the really hard thing to start doing. I mean,
yeah.
I if you've got if you want to start making music like cheaply, I've got a Scarlett, a Focusrite Scarlett interface, and this
Hmm.
mic. So that comes as a package.
Yeah,
That was £100. And then just get GarageBand on your Mac or Logic Pro. That's all you need really to get started, and then just start recording stuff. Um, I mean, I only use my home studio to get drafts down. So like when I go into a proper recording studio, I've got like everything laid down. I'm not wasting any time, and then the producer will have his input when I'm making it. Um, have I gone off the question? What was the question?
I honestly no, that's really interesting actually. So like because studio time costs money, like you're wasting money
Yeah.
if you just go into there with nothing. So that's quite clever. What you're doing is you get the rough draft, you go in and you know exactly what you're doing, so you don't
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
waste
Like
any time at all.
with all the verses, the stabs, but then the producer, you've got like basically everything laid down. But then the producer might say, "Oh, just tweak this, do this, do this." So then he's having his input. But yeah, definitely saves time and money.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So would you recommend writing lyrics before rather than just like stepping in and freestyling, or do you ever mess around with freestyling as well?
No, I always write down my stuff
Yeah.
and then go into the studio. It depends how you want to do it because you can obviously, if you want to start from scratch, you go into the recording studio with a producer. He'll like make a beat for you and stuff. I don't do it like that. I browse on BeatStars and like just YouTube and stuff. Find an instrumental that I really like. Start writing to it before I even purchase the beat. I start writing to it. Normally they've got like a free MP3 download, but it's got
Yeah.
their tag on it. I'll start writing, and then probably takes, if I'm really vibing the track, it'll probably take me about a week to like write the rough draft. And then I'll listen to it over and over again, picking bits out or putting more bits in. And then I'll be like, right, this is definitely what I want. Then I'll buy the beats. And you get so many promos and stuff on BeatStars. I mean, you get like buy two, get four free. So you've got 6 beats for like, I don't know, 30 quid each or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Then you've got those 6 beats, those 6 tracks. Once you recorded them, that's like a year's worth of content.
Hmm.
You just have to pick what song you're going to release, and then, like you said, do some behind the scenes stuff in the studio leading up to it, what the song means to you, blah 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 blah. And then yeah, you've 6 tracks, you got about a year's content there. And then
Yeah.
you're obviously still working on more and more content as those are just sitting there. I mean, I've got 2 more tracks still unreleased, which no one even knows about. And it's just they're sitting there waiting for a time when it's like, right, I haven't like I like the tracks that I've recorded, so they're just sitting there waiting. When I haven't got anything to post, then I'll start being like, right, let's release this track now.
Yeah. So is that a thing you're planning? Like you like to plan ahead in the future and have tracks ready to release?
Yes. I always plan ahead. So at the moment, I'm working on my visual EP. So it's going to be 5 tracks incorporated into a short film.
That's so cool.
So that was we were supposed to have started that like January, but because of COVID and stuff, we've had to sort of wait until it gets a bit more laxed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so each song's going to have its own music video, and then in between there'll be like acting dialogue parts, just to bring the whole thing together. So it's like a one piece project, so like it all entwines together. So yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment. But as I'm working on that, like I said, I've still got these other tracks waiting to be released. So I've still got content to push out there, because otherwise I'd be working on this and have nothing, because it takes so much time to, like, when you're doing a big project like this. So definitely have content in the background to just sort of be able to keep your listeners and followers engaged.
Yeah. Something that's really valuable, I think, is making content at one time. So say like you're giving away 4 hours today and you're just going to plan the next like 2 weeks of Instagram posts, and then you have the rest of the 2 weeks to not worry about it, and you get more time to create
Exactly.
music. So,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
like I completely agree with you. Planning ahead, because it gives you more time to make music, which is actually the thing that we all like doing.
And the thing is like when you pick where you want to be. So say if that's like I want to get 1,000 followers by the end of whatever it is. Once you pick a goal and you start going towards it, you will start doing the right things to get to that goal. Make sure you've got like one proper goal to go to, because then the other opportunities will come up because you're going towards that goal. If you're not going towards any goals, so if you're just like releasing music whenever or whatever, like there's no proper goal there. It's like you need a goal, stick to your goal, and then other opportunities will come to you as you're going towards your goal. The right ones will come to you.
Yeah. So what's your sort of goal setting like? Do you go like per year? Do you go every few months? And like so what are your goals at the moment as well?
So my goals last year was like because I just started up, was more followers and subscribers and stuff on Instagram, YouTube and stuff. So my goal was like 1,000 followers on Instagram. You got to be realistic as well. You can't say like 10,000, because otherwise you're just setting yourself up to fail every time. Failure is not a bad thing. It's just push harder next time. That's all. That's why you got to be resilient in this game, because it's so hard. So yeah, it was 1,000 followers. It was 500 subscribers on YouTube, 100 followers on Spotify, and 500 on Twitter. So I'd done like 3 of them, and then I didn't get the subscribers on YouTube or the 500 on Twitter, which isn't bad. I was just like, okay, next time I've got to focus on Twitter and YouTube subscribers more next year, and then I'll keep that same goal for this year. My goals now is just to have my music played on like BBC Radio 1. That's like my goal for this sort of year.
Yeah.
Which I'm working towards at the moment. Obviously, BBC Introducing Essex is like playing my stuff at the moment. So that's my goal for this year, is like get national radio play on like the BBC radios as such.
That'd be class. And that and correct me if I'm wrong, but that's from the submitting your music to the BBC.
That's just from submitting my music from BBC Uploader. If they like it, like I've uploaded every single one of my tracks, and it was the last one that they liked. So they didn't play my other ones. So this is my 4th release they actually played. So yeah, it's not like, don't get disheartened if you upload it and it doesn't get played, because you just got to keep doing it. You'll be in the right. It is to do with the right place at the right time as well, which is unfortunate. But the harder you work, the more places you're going to be, and then the right place at the right time.
Yeah. And there's a lot of those, like if you're an upcoming artist and you don't have much money, like you just submit your music everywhere for free because someone's going to say yes if it's good enough. Like
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
huge opportunity, and you took it, and now look what's happening. You're looking at like national
yeah.
radio play, hopefully.
The funniest thing is the one that I uploaded and got BBC introducing track of the week and got played and got me like the 2021 artist was recorded here. I just did it here. Like I didn't go
Yeah.
to a recording studio. I mixed and mastered it all myself. Didn't pay loads of money for recording, and that's the one that they like the best. It's just mad. So
Hmm.
yeah, pay all this money for studio, and that doesn't get played. Then you do like a little acoustic cover of your own song in your own house, and then it gets played.
Yeah. Like you don't need, when it comes to good music's good music, and like the equipment and studio etc. is just going to bring it out. But like you don't need expensive studios and stuff. There's lots of songs which are just recorded, like you said, in home studios. Like
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't. Obviously, like you said, go into a recording studio, and if you work with the right producer on it, they will make it sound like really good. Like I've just recorded one called "Shut It Down," which isn't that's going to be part of the visual EP. So, um, but the producer I worked with on that, he just made it sound so much like better than what it was, and it was like I heard it, I heard the draft, and then he started mixing and mastering it while I was there. And then he said, "Right, this is what we got." We played it. I was like, "Oh yeah, that is good."
mhm.
Um, so it does help, but yeah, you don't need it. You definitely don't need it.
Yeah. What point? You've been doing music for a while, but like, what point do you think you should start investing in equipment?
I think straight away I would.
Yeah.
Not like expensive equipment, not like £500 speakers. Saying I'd literally, like I said, that Focusrite thing I've got, Focusrite interface with the mic. It's like comes as like a beginner package thing. Was I think it was £100. I got this mic stand. I mean, the piano and stuff is like a bit more pricey, but yeah, that's all you need is that mic and that interface, and then you can just start recording music,
Yeah.
getting
It's it.
roughs down, and then sending it to like your friends and stuff to go and give me an honest feedback of what you think of this. I take constructive criticism, and then yeah, just learn from it.
Yeah. It's so great now. Like, it's so cheap to get started. There's if you have like literally spare 100 quid, 200 quid, like
Mm.
you don't have an excuse for not getting started
Yeah,
because it's
exactly.
right. It's right
I mean,
there.
£100 can be a lot of money for some people.
Yeah.
So, um, I to tell it just if you're really passionate about it, like just save the money up, just save it up.
Mhm.
£100, set yourself up.
Anyone you can. There's ways to get that. Like you can get that over a year if you have to.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
exactly.
like if you
Yeah,
really
yeah.
want it, it's right there nowadays. Like it's really great.
Hmm. Literally, I think I've got mine on Amazon as well. Just
Yeah.
Amazon Focusrite, and that's all I got. And then obviously, then I started investing in myself a bit more. I got some like okay-ish speakers, not like professional studio ones. I mean, it's just for me. I'm not
Mm.
I'm not a producer, so
What speakers are they?
what are they called? I think they're called Eld Eldris,
All right, nah, I'm not sure.
Idris. But they were like, I think they were like 150 quid, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah.
But they're like, well, the ones I was looking at some, and they're like 500 quid for one. And it's like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm not spending 500 quid on one. I'm not like a professional recording studio.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, even like just start learning an instrument as well, and just start like, I mean, piano is quite easy to learn. Guitar's relatively easy if you've
hmm
got the fingers for it.
yeah.
But yeah.
It's great. Look, mate, that's been half an hour, 40 minutes already. So look, thanks so much for coming on. Where should everyone find you? Like plug everything.
I am Untold Poet. I am a songwriter, rapper, poet, spoken word artist. You can find me on all digital platforms. You could either just type in Untold Poet in Google. I'll literally the first three pages. Um, Untold Poet Music UK on Instagram. Untold Poet Music on Twitter and everything else. Um, yeah, go and listen to my music. I've got my new track coming out February the 12th. It's called
Yeah.
Don't Understand. It's about just the thoughts in my head just coming out
Yeah.
on the mic, about all the things that are just a bit iffy in the world, and I don't know why it's like that. So that's why it's called Don't Understand. Yeah. Thanks for having me on, man. It's been
No
been
problem
really
at
good
all.
chatting with you.
That's been great.
I could actually